where America goes for funding your direct nationwide lender, doing it for over 20 years. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in and watching the show and the channel with Angelo Christian. Every week we do our show, Talk with Angelo, our real estate insider. Today we're talking about exciting breaking news, huge credit score changes coming down the pipeline with Vantage. And so that's what the focus for tonight's show is going to be about. It's massive changes, how Vantage is now competing with Fico, and President Trump just signed off on this to have this go into effect. Hey, Kevin, good evening. What's up, buddy? Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the channel. So this is awesome news. It's amazing because it's supposed to create over $1 trillion more in mortgage lending in the next year. And I'll put the article down below so you can actually check this out. But basically, what we're seeing is that it's going to create more mortgage loans for FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional lending. So over $1 trillion more in mortgage. We'll break it down. Like I said, the link to the article will be down below to kind of go over all the details and the nuances. But basically, this Vantage credit, I mean, it scores completely different than FICO 2, 5, and 8. So you could have an 840 Vantage score, but a 560 FICO score. And if Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to accept this, and now you're going to get pre-approved with a Vantage score, you could get a 4% rate versus a 9% rate on your mortgage. So this is a huge difference. And of course, the details need to emerge and everything needs to come out, but the changes are catastrophic. And how this goes into effect with the credit scoring models when lenders pull credit, it's going to be a massive change. You're talking about, a difference between, 3 to 4% on your interest rate. So, and if you read the article that is posted on this podcast in the link, it says that it's not going to be counting collections, charge-offs, judgments, liens, delinquencies, high utilization. So these are the things that are actually hurting people's credit scores. You think if you have a medical collection and that drops your credit score by 70 points, that makes a big difference whether you qualify for the loan or not. Like if you get a 5% rate versus a 7% rate, versus if you get conventional over FHA. So it's going to have a big impact on people. And what I've seen historically so far over Vantage versus FICO, the Vantage score is drastically higher than the FICO score, like over by 40% higher. So if you have a 600 FICO score, you could have a 750 Vantage score. Now, I don't know what that translates into for the future, as far as how high your credit score can go with Vantage. But I do know, and you'll see it down below, that Fannie Mae, FHA, Freddie Mac are now accepting this as a form of credit scoring model, and President Trump has signed off on it. And if lenders are now going to adopt this and use this as a new credit scoring model, and you're going to have a higher credit score, does that mean you're going to get lower interest rates, access to better products and programs? And if they're going to adopt that to use, and they start using that scoring model compared to FICO, it could be a huge game changer, because there's a lot of things that report on people's credit that is inaccurate and that is not correct, and it's affecting them from getting mortgage qualification, mortgage approval, or access to the best credit. So and this is going into effect next year. So if you apply for a mortgage and somebody pulls your Vantage score and you have a 760 Vantage versus a 590 FICO, it's going to be a complete difference in the interest rate you get, the down payment, the closing costs, the cash to close. I mean, everything that you're going to get is going to be drastically different. Okay. Now, I don't know all the details right now. I'm just telling you, I'm just as, I'm reporting the information that I'm finding. As a lender, the information that we get. I don't know if it's going to replace FICO. I've been told it's competing with FICO. I don't know if Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to pull a Vantage score and then compare it to the FICO score and then weigh it? Or are they replacing FICO with Vantage? I do know that FICO has a lower credit score than Vantage on all the Vantage scores I've seen. So, I don't know. I do know that it's good that there's competition, and that I do agree that the FICO scoring system has not been accurate, and there's a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of problems with the FICO scoring model. So I'm excited about having competition, and I'm hoping that if you're removing liens, judgments, medical delinquencies, collections, high credit utilization. Now, of course, lenders still need to make a educated, evaluated decision on the risk of somebody, as far as recent late payments, overutilization. If you had a bankruptcy, if you had a foreclosure, if you had a charge off, all these recent things are going to affect your qualification, if you can actually get approved for the loan, and they should affect your score. If you had a bankruptcy 3 months ago, you should have a lower credit score, right? But if you had a medical collection 9 years ago, I mean, should that affect your credit score today? I don't think so. So I mean, there's certain times where I think where it makes sense, and you have to have common sense underwriting, common sense processing, and if the algorithm for Vantage is going to be more robust and make a lot more sense, then that can help people to get access to better credit, get access to better loans, get access to lower interest rates. If you can think about it like this: if you can get the comparison between a 7% rate versus a 4% rate on $1 million loan, is $3,000 difference per month in the payment. Okay, that's a massive difference in the payment. That's $36,000 per year that somebody's going to be saving. So if you have a Vantage score that's 840 versus a FICO score that's 560, and now you get access to better credit, you're going to be able to afford that credit. So you will never have to go into default or have bad credit, because you can afford the finance, you can afford the payments. Does that make sense? So I'm hoping that that is the case, and that people are going to be able to access to better financing, cheaper rates, that make a lot more sense. So that's my hope. I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but I do know the facts are that Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA have approved this. Donald Trump has signed off on it. It is going to affect in 2026. I don't know how it's going to incorporate into the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac automated underwriting. Hey, Chris, good evening, man. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the show and the channel. So I'm not sure how it's going to go into the underwriting analysis yet. I don't think it's going to replace FICO right now. I think it's probably going to coincide tandem with FICO. And maybe they'll run both models and then take a blend, because you might have, like, for example, you see this all the time right now on Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You could have a 680 TransUnion and a 590 Equifax. You could have all these judgments and stuff reported on Equifax, they don't show up on TransUnion, or vice versa on Experian. Well, what if your Vantage score shows one thing with this stuff reporting, and then your FICO shows something else that's reporting, and doesn't have those liens or judgments or negative credits reporting? How is the lender going to be able to make a decision on that? So we'll find out as we go through the year when details emerge. We know the facts, we know what's out there, and we know what's coming. And it does look encouraging, it does look good. And I think it's a step in the right direction. I applaud the Trump administration for implementing this. I think it's a great idea. And it's very exciting to see, what happens in the future. And like I said, I do think there's a lot of problems with FICO, and that, you know, Vantage can come in and show a true, accurate representation of somebody's credit score. It's going to make a big difference on everything, the type of loans they get, their interest rates, their down payment, the closing costs, everything. So I am very excited about that and how that's going to translate in the future when people are trying to get pre-approved for a loan. So I think you're going to see a lot of good stuff come out with this, and ultimately, you know, over the long run, it may replace FICO. You know, I mean, of course, you know, and I'm not trying to say that um, you should artificially inflate or improperly report on someone's credit. That's not what I'm trying to say, because I do think that you need to show if somebody has bad credit and they don't repay their bills, then that should be adjusted in the risk for the loan that they get. But I will say, from doing loans for over 20 years, that Experian is not 100% correct. And it has a lot of errors, it has a lot of mistakes. And that should not dictate somebody's worthiness to get financing. Okay, your credit score is not who you are, and you're more than your credit score. And if something's not reporting correctly, that shouldn't be, you know, hinged on you. And if that's how lenders are making decisions about you and it's not accurate, that does need to be rectified. So I think, you know, Vantage does a better job currently than, you know, FICO on scoring people's credit. Now, how that translates in the future with lenders and what they end up doing, you know, that's another story. So anyway, you know, we do all types of loans. We do nationwide, commercial, residential. We do private lending. We do hard money lending, lines of credit, no doc loans, multifamily, fix and flip, bridge, FHA, VA, non-QM, DSCR. So we have all these products that we offer, and you know, we try to offer them and do a great job at offering, give them low interest rates, even 100% financing with FHA, VA, USDA. And so, you know, the thing is that, you know, we want to be able to give people the access to the best pricing and make sure they have accurate credit reports to make a decision on their financing. You know, so if you have an 840 Vantage score and you have a 590 FICO, it's going to make a big difference on you getting a rental property DSCR loan. I promise you, on the interest rate, your closing costs, the fees, everything. So, you know, we'll find out and see what happens. By, you know, I'd say by next year, we're really going to know how Vantage compares to FICO. But I think, like I said, I think it's a step in the right direction. So, and we offer all the different products, and we can help with any type of financing. You know, feel free to reach out to us. You can call or text my office. We're a direct nationwide commercial, residential, private lender. Please reach out to us if we can help you to any type of financing packages. 832-431-6331. It's where America goes for funding. We also have our loan partner program. You can get paid for your referrals with Angelo Christian on our loan partner program. If you are a part of our team, one of our partners, one of our vendors, one of our customers, don't forget about our loyalty program with Amazon. You can get a free Amazon gift card if you go to Angelo Christian Mortgage on Google and leave us a 5-star review. We'll hook you up with that Amazon gift card. And all of our links are down below to get pre-approved, to get signed up, to get more information. Remember, we're a direct lender. There's no cost to get to for the enrollment. There's no hard credit check. There's no contract. There's no fees. You don't have to pay anything to enroll to get started. You can call or text our office. We're open 7 days a week, 832-431-6331. All of our links are going to be down below. You can get signed up there to click on those for enrollment. And yeah, so as far as the line of credit, we offer lines of credit. Reach out to our office. We'd love to discuss that with you. The gentleman that asked about that, call or text our office, 832-431-6331. And then, yes, we offer investor property loans. We have no limit. We can go up to, the biggest we've done is 8,200 doors. So we offer ground up construction. DSCR, bridge, fix and flip, Airbnb, condo loans, ground lease condo hotels, hard money. So we can definitely take a look at your situation to see what we can do to get you the financing. A lot of people right now are doing build to rent, where you buy the land and you get construction to build the home, and then turn those into rentals because they can't find properties to buy. So a lot of investors right now are buying land, and then so what happens is when you buy the land is your down payment. So the land is your equity, the land's your down payment, and you don't have to put any money down in the construction loan. You get 100% financing, and then you can refinance cash out, pull the cash out with DSCR. It's called the Burr method. But the Burr method traditionally is you bought a rehab property and then you refinance it. The difference here is build to rent, where you're buying the property and then refinancing cash, pulling the equity out, and then doing a DSCR loan for long-term financing. There's no limit on that. It's a blanket loan. As long as you have a 700 or higher credit score, 6 months reserves, you own your own primary home, then you have the opportunity to be able to do that. So we've done that for hundreds of investors all over the country. In the last 3 years, most of the investor community in the real estate sector has shifted over to that. So it's a huge thing. So if you want more information about that, obviously give us a call, text our office if we can help you. You can reach out to us at 832-431-6333. We're doing a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos on build to rent. You can check out all the videos and all the podcasts down below for our build to rent, investor cash flow, DSCR, no documentation, private lending, bridge, and fix and flip. So and you should see the links down below on our video. You can call there or text our office to reach out to get more information about that. So yeah, those are the main requirements though. You have to own your own primary residence. You can close an LLC. And you can do a blanket loan. There's no limit on the property. The minimum loan amount's $100,000. No bankruptcy or foreclosure on your credit in the last 3 years. And they want to see that you've also had, ideally, you own your own primary home. You have 12 months of mortgage payment history. Like I said, 6 months reserves, at least 3 credit established accounts. I like 700 plus or higher credit score is preferred. Has to be in an urban metro area, no rural area. And up to 80% loan to value, 70% ARV. And interest rates are starting at 5.9% fixed. They're interest only. There's no prepayment penalty. The lender fees are around 2%. They get financed into a loan. It's a 30-year amortization with a 10-year interest only period. So yeah, if we can help with that, give us a call, text us. We'd love to give you more information, get you the funding on that project. It's a great opportunity. We have all different, we do obviously, primary, FHA, VA, USDA, conventional. So please don't be a stranger. Reach out to us if we can help you. Give us a call, text my office at 832-431-6331. It's where America goes for funding. I appreciate all of you guys reaching out with the channel this evening. Thank you all so much. And we'll be back again next week to talk about more programs. Like I said, all the information will be down below for this opportunity. Thank you so much for watching Angelo Christian. We'll be back again next week. Thank you.